Nod or shake reviews. Willie nod or Willie shake. Yeah!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another thing of Nod or Shake Reviews. I'm Johnny with Jim Bobby and Joe. Joe runs a Twitch account, Bunny Villain, so every Wednesday, and then kind of here every now and then, a random day. So definitely follow Bunny Villain on Twitch. Definitely every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and then just random days. You could follow, subscribe, right? Yes. Am I missing anything?
Yes. No, you got it. Twitch.tv/bunnyvillain.
There we go. We play all sorts of good games, and we have fun. Also, we got the 200th review coming in soon, May, and then April we got all types of movies to review. There's like March, April is going to be a very busy month. Alrighty, on to the review.
This is not right.
Why?
This is not right.
Lord Jim Bobby.
There it is.
Not fit my head.
Oh,
Jesus, he brought it in.
Yes. Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
wow. Yeah, man. I liked it. I thought it was a good time. It was fun.
Do that as Krang.
Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves.
I don't even want to know what his face looks like, but can you make sure?
He probably looks like a dungeon master about to tell a scary story. Minor spoilers, I think, we're throwing in there. So, any thoughts?
So my thoughts are, start to finish, my two favorite monsters of all time, the Mimic and the Gelatinous Cube. Just for some reason, I couldn't even begin to tell you why. We could talk about mind flayers and all this bullshit. I love two of my favorite D&D monsters of all time made this movie. Mage Hand, Magic Missile, Fireballs, Baldur's Gate reference, Neverwinter, all the references, and I am sure there's a million others. My biggest plus of this movie is that they made something fun instead of trying to make a super serious high fantasy thing. They made it feel like you were watching people play Dungeons and Dragons. It was the strangest. It was the strangest, and it hit the fuck. It
made me want to go home.
It made me want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
It made me want to play
because it honestly brought that feel good. Like, you know, it is a super serious game, especially when you're real into it.
I actually disagree with that. I don't think there's any game on the planet of Dungeons and Dragons that you want to try to be serious, but then it just ends up nonsensical.
Well, and that's what it was. You had Chris Pine talking like, oh, well, shit, we got to go do this thing now. This sucks.
Yeah,
and the one guy, we will do this thing and fight the dragon.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I mean. There's always two... There's two types that play that, you know, and sometimes they're mixed with when they play. That you got the guys who will literally take it like they're elf or whatever, and they'll speak in high lord language, and then you got the guys like, fuck, man, oop,
drinking a beer.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good time. I think it's one of those movies you just have to have fun with. I almost wish, not that it really matters. It feels like it should have came out in the summer. Maybe it would have gotten a little bit. I don't know. I'm hoping it will, but I don't think it's gonna make a big splash at the theaters. I feel like if it was out in the summer, it would have. The only thing that kind of like bothered me a little bit was I wish there was a little bit more variety in the main cast of like races, because you could be, when you're playing, you could be an elf, a dwarf, all this stuff, and I feel like it was just, they had the droid and the cleric, but I feel like to have like definite obvious difference, like
I mean, they had the druid too.
Yeah, but
those are all like, you know.
And they had a very surprise halfling, very surprising choice as an actor.
I mean, I understand what you're saying with the main cast, but like, and the planner too, like the thief. The character,
bard.
Yeah. I almost wish they like amped up the fantastical part of it a little bit more. I feel like there was like a shit ton of humans in it. That's just me though.
Let me tell you, haven't laughed in the theater like this in a very long time, and consistent.
Yep.
Dude, it deserved it. Honestly, some of the gags.
Yeah.
Bro, Chris Pine. I mean, like, I don't know why, certain movies you just go see and you kind of get the feeling that these people had a great time making it.
Yeah.
And this was definitely one of those instances. I know that there's been Dungeons and Dragons movies before, low budget and also trying to do the serious. Yeah. Like this was a good time, which is what Dungeons and Dragons is supposed to be.
It felt like it was made not by a studio, but somebody who actually played Dungeons and Dragons.
100%. Yep. Like the weird cameos and like I said it, like we were all trying to figure out why this one guy was in there. Like you don't know. Dungeons and Dragons has been around for decades. Yeah. Some of these actors, who knows? Chris Pine could be a Dungeons and Dragons guy. You never know, and it made me fall in love with the whole thing again. We played it when we were young. Joe still plays it, obviously, because he has the most serious hat here.
And it's funny because they even interjected game mechanics. They
100%.
The staff. He's like, "What's the range of the staff? 500 yards." That's
100%. The game mechanics. They went all the way, and they went back to the you get crazy with the game now, and the original Hasbro board game is it's still a part of it, but now people just use it as a roadmap to create their own game.
Yeah.
But with this, they had original Hasbro callbacks, and it felt so good to watch. Yep. I will say one thing: when I was on my way here to this movie, my wife goes "What are you gonna go see?" And I said Dungeons and Dragons. Her response to me, reasons why I'm going home and filing for divorce. Dude, she was like, "Oh well, what's next? They're gonna make Chutes and Ladders." I'm like, Chutes and Ladders? Get out of here, bitch! Dungeons and Dragons. And she's like, all right, go have fun, nerd.
Yeah. They did exactly what they should have done with this movie. They didn't. Yeah. They tried to make it too serious. They catered to everything that had laughs. I think that anybody.
It just kept coming, man. It kept coming. I thought at one point it was gonna hit a wall with the comedy, and that you would be like, all right, too much. Or, dude, honestly, the thing with Chris Pine towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel it in my gut, bro. Yeah. It is going to be the funniest thing I see all year. 110%. Go see this movie. I definitely recommend it.
Do it.
Play the game.
Alrighty, yeah. Thanks for cringing. Again, for Bunny Villain every Wednesday for his Twitch and some random days. Definitely follow. And maybe subscribe, right? Am I doing that right? Subscribe.
Subscribe. It costs money, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
I have these two fine gentlemen with me every Wednesday.
Yep.
They're here, and it's a lot of fun.
Still waiting for my paycheck.
Well, so am I.
And then we have stuff coming in April, and then the 200th in May. All right, thanks for cringing. Bye-bye.
Thanks for cringing.